Come on!
Like, I can't fight an alligator. I don't care how little it is.
Be water, my friend.
In Chino Brothers.
He's Asian, which means he loves gambling.
Chino Brothers.
It is like a finger pointing away to the moon.
Chino
The brothers. That drunk bridezilla type out on their what bachelorette night and just play my song.
Chino Brothers. Let me speak to the Chinaman.
Chinaman is not the preferred nomenclature.
Right now, today is the most important day of your life.
Right now, today is the most important day of your life. You know why?
Why is that?
Because we got Danny Hill and Kait, dude.
Nice. I'm excited because we've already had Danny Hill on the show before. It was all right. You know what I'm saying? It's okay.
Yeah, dude.
But
It was one of the more popular shows. What are you talking about, dude? Are you kidding me?
I'm just kidding. It was a great show. Loved it. Yeah, it was awesome. But to just make it even better, you thought, how could you make it better? Oh, yeah, bring on Kait.
Well, yeah, because they're a
Real
syndicated
superstar.
morning show, dude. They're a syndicated morning show. That's phenomenal. You know, didn't you always want to be syndicated when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that'd be huge. Yeah, to be in multiple markets.
Well, and then on
doing
top
something
of
you
it,
love.
they're syndicated in my new favorite state where I shall retire, which is Hawaii, dude. I'm telling you right now, brother, there ain't nothing like it. I never been anywhere like it before in my whole life. And in my mind, I was like, why am I going home? I don't know if I told you this, Adelaide, but on day 3, I told the kids, I was like, if you don't want to go home, we're not going home. I told them that. I was like, you tell me right now, if you don't want to go home, we'll stay here. And they're like, no, daddy, no. And I was like, man, can you not see where we are, bro? Like, and they're like, no, Pittsburgh's better.
Yeah, I've been out there a couple of times and I just didn't have that same feeling. I loved it out there. Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. The water's clear. The temperature's perfect. People are super friendly and nice. And obviously the food, amazing because it's sushi and poke bowls and everything. But I was kind of like, I'm ready to get back to the mainland now. I'm kind of, I don't know. But I don't blame you. My brother did the same thing. He's like, we went out there for vacation. He's like, man, I'm moving here. And I was like, peace out. Let me have your room. Good to go.
All right, man. Well, let's not leave these people waiting so long. And we apologize. This is a pre-recorded show. So if you're putting up comments, we're not ignoring your comments. Let's not leave these people waiting so long because they didn't come to see us. They came to see Danny and Kait. So why don't you bring those young kids on and I'll get the studio audience ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking over the world by storm. Make some noise for Danny and Kait. Live studio audience digs it.
Huge.
Look at that.
Huge studio audience.
This is awesome.
Oh my God.
This is great, man.
Wow.
This is great.
Wow. Longer than I've heard it before.
Okay, guys, sit down. All right, we gotta move on with the show here, guys.
I get it. We have big
Please.
You're gonna make all the other DJs jealous. There we go.
Woo! So exciting
Kait, what's
stuff.
going on,
Yeah.
guys?
So yeah, this is fun. It's rare that you get to get both of us at the same time because Kait hates to do anything that doesn't involve something she's forced to do. So
phenomenal. That means we'll get more views.
More views, yeah. I always tell her that. Like, you're the pretty one between the two of us. I don't know why you're not doing it. She doesn't want to do it.
You know what? He didn't even tell me it was going to be video until
literally
20 minutes before.
Here it
I
comes.
walked out after like a scrub my soul kind of shower. And he's like, oh, we're going to be on video in 20 minutes. So I had to run upstairs.
I just assumed she knew what it meant, but I should
said over the phone.
I should have been more clear. It's my fault.
Yeah, shame on you, Danny. Shame on you.
Yeah.
Danny, you should know better, man.
Is this what the morning show sounds like? I didn't. Now, are you guys on in Honolulu?
No, we're on in Kauai, but we're going to be added to Honolulu in like 2 months.
Really? Okay.
Really?
Cool. So when I retire, I can listen to you guys when I get down there.
Yeah, we have 2 markets that are pending. One is in Pennsylvania, outside of Hershey, Pennsylvania,
I don't even know.
and the other one is in Honolulu. So, but yeah,
very cool.
We do some, but mostly Kauai. I've been on the air in Kauai for I don't know, like 15 years now. Yeah.
All right, I got so many questions to ask and so much Hawaii to talk. But first, Kait, we've not had you on the show before. We're very gracious to have you. We're very grateful to have you on the show. I don't know if that was a dog or a child or
It's a child. We
Okay.
apologize.
We have
No, no.
lives, so they're always wandering about.
You got a ton of kids. First of all, you own a radio cluster. You own it. You have a ton of kids. Like, I have a really neat story. You guys have a phenomenal story. I love the story of how Danny got the radio money from his mom passing, and he wanted to do something to honor her, like all that stuff. But what I want to understand is, how do the two of you meet now? So, Kate, can you explain this to us?
He doesn't take no very well.
The line between stalker and romance is very thin.
Very small.
It's very thin.
Danny watched too many of them 80s movies, Adlai. You know, when Ducky shows up at the record store and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
I used to work front desk at the Padre, and I worked in the evening. So I would get off at like 11:30, which is about the time he would come in with his friends already drunk and would hit on me as I'm trying to close out so I can leave the building.
Because as we all know, you don't start at the Padre, you end at the Padre because it's expensive. So you would start at somewhere called the Mint, which is like $1 for a shot. And then you'd work your way up as you got drunker down the street to the Padre. And then you would get one drink, like a $13 beer, and you'd sit there and be hammered and act like you had been there all night.
Now, Kate, hold on a sec, because I got a question for you. Did his pickup line to you sound something like this? Hey, do you listen to Hot 98.3? I'm the morning show producer. I don't know if you've heard of me before. It's a little embarrassing, you know. People kind of recognize me places, but I just wanted a drink. Anyways, young lady, what was your name? Did it sound something like that, or was he like straight up? How did it go?
The line I was with a girl named Camby Brown, and she was my wing woman. She worked at the local TV station here, and we'd go bar hopping every weekend. And I had a couple other friends. So she'd always point out girls, like, you should go flirt with her. You should flirt with her. And she pointed out Kate, and I was like, got it. So I walked over, and she's working the desk, and I said, hey, my friend over there, Camby, said that I couldn't talk to the hottest girl in here. So I just proved her wrong.
And he was really drunk.
And I was hammered. So it didn't go as smooth as I thought it would. And then she's like, can I help you with anything? And I slowly backed away and was like, you are.
I thought that was a pretty dope line. I was like,
Yeah,
all right, Danny, you're spitting game, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
But Kate, though, what did it actually sound like as he's speaking it?
He was really drunk, and I'm just trying to get out of there. I wanted to go home. It was 11:30 at night.
And the Padres, just so Mike understands too, the
lot of
Padres, that it's a cool, hip spot to hang out, kind of, and it's downtown, so it's lawyers, professionals.
Was it
people
like
with a
Metro
lot of money?
Stevie's spot? Remember Metro Stevie had those two spots?
No, it's a cool spot. It's just
no. Remember, he had the Metro, and then he had that other spot that, like, it was like a martini. You buy martinis there. I can't remember what it was called. It was in downtown.
I know what you're talking about too. Yeah, kind of, but it's
Is it
attached
like
to a
that?
hotel too, like a bougie
I got
hotel.
You. Okay, I got you.
Like, you know, and each room's different, right? Isn't that the thing there? Each room's
Yeah.
different. Yeah, so
Yeah, there's different stuff. And then you would, because right across the street is like, it's not called the Casket, but it was called the Mark. So when you party, you can actually party pretty hard in Bakersfield. You'd start at one end and you'd go to like the Mint, and then around the corner was like Riley's, and then you could like you hit up all these dive bars on the way to eventually landing at the Padre.
Wait, you spit zero radio DJ game at your wife? Like nothing? No, like, oh, I got to get up early in the morning. I'm on the morning.
I just
show.
assumed
None of
she
that?
knew who I was.
Oh,
So
okay.
my ego is that big to where I just was like,
God
I don't
bless
have to
you.
say who I am. I think you know who I am. Congratulations.
Honestly, that's why it took me so long to even like him, because that was all of his conversation. He would take me out on dates, and he'd be like, "Oh, I just had a concert with so and so and went backstage," and I'm like, "I don't give a shit. I really don't. I really don't."
We don't curse on here, but that's on you.
Sorry.
Danny, you had no game, dude.
She has a
Like,
potty mouth.
I know, but you didn't have any, like, you couldn't tell her she was nice looking. You couldn't tell her she's a good dancer. None of that stuff. You just talked
No,
about
it's all
yourself.
about him. It was the
No, it was
DJ.
all about me. It was all about me.
I know a
And I
DJ
did.
like that who I don't like. Adelaide knows who I'm talking about. You
that
two
was
know
their
that.
game.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
You went to Mexico with them. Anyways, Danny.
So it didn't work. It didn't work very well. And then finally, like on the third or fourth date, and she kept coming, I guess, just for free drinks or whatever.
They're fun.
And I took her to Universal Studios, and
Nice.
Whoa.
we spent half the day together, and I'm still doing my thing. She calls it peacocking, where I'm like, this is the car I drive, and this is who I interviewed, and this is my job, and da da da. And so we sit down to eat lunch, and I look over and I can tell she just doesn't care. You know what I mean? You can get that vibe off someone, like, I just don't care. And I was like, why don't you like me? It was shocking to me, because I was like, why don't you like me? And then she says, I don't know anything about you. You keep talking about these things you've done, but I don't know anything about you. And it kind of pissed me off. So I said, well, what do you want to know? That I'm fat, I'm insecure, that my dad's dead.
He just goes on this rant.
I go on this rant of like self-deprecating stuff. Like, I don't really have anything to offer. The only thing I have to offer, the things I'm telling you, everything else should be obvious. In my mind, that's what it should be. I'm an ugly guy. I'm overweight. I'm not really funny. I'm kind of just here. I've never been successful. I've never been great at anything.
It was just
I know,
this
man. Danny
word
Hill, you're
vomit
talking mean about
situation.
my friend Danny Hill. You need to stop that.
Dude, honestly, after all that,
She looks
I would have just started making out with you right there. That would have been enough.
Well, and that's the
All
thing.
that
She
stuff.
looks
Oh,
at me,
come here, baby.
and then she says, there you are.
This person.
And that was it. And then we've been together ever since. And then I promised to never lie or say anything.
And sometimes I regret that because
I
she
tell
shows
her-
way too much
I tell her
information.
everything. I tell her
Very bad.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that with my wife too. I'll tell her. I mean, she gets mad at me too because I'll tell her stuff. All right, I'll tell you guys a story I told her.
You'll be honest.
All right. One time we're driving past this stripping joint, right? And it's a busy place in Pittsburgh called McKnight Road. So I'm driving past this stripping joint. I'm looking at, because they sell stripper clothes, right? I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, man, I could sell mixtapes there because strippers are stupid and they spend money like nothing. So if I could just make some mixtapes, sell them on consignment there, like I'll make some money. And then I look over, I see my wife. I'm like, oh fudge, how am I gonna get this past my wife? So I'm like, oh, I'll come up with something worse for her. So I said, Sharon, I figured out a way to make money. And she goes, what's that? And I go, we'll sell your used panties, right? Like I'll start a Craigslist ad and we'll sell your used panties. She got so flamed up at me. She was so angry. She was like, where would you come up with that idea? And I was like, well, me and Adler were in college. We came up with that idea. We're going to make some money. We're going to get a tuna can. She's like, why are you telling me this? I'm like, because I tell you everything. I can't not tell you everything. But in real life, all I wanted to do was sell mixtapes to that stripper place right there. You want to go in that filthy stripper place? I'm like, we're just talking about making money now, man. I'm like, I'm figuring out a market. But yeah, that's my relationship with my wife. Anyway.
Yeah, I go too far all the time. Find myself going too far, but she still loves me. So, and that's kind of the show, is it's continually, we bring up something and then I'll ask the question and she gets a little irritated. And then I'll push it further and she gets more irritated.
He likes making me mad.
And then she blows up. And
He knows where the buttons are.
Yeah.
Well, the beginning of the love
Nice.
story sucked, Danny. I was really mad at you at the beginning of that love story. I was like, what is wrong with you, bro? You can't spit no game or what? But then I
don't think either one of us were trying for anything. It was just because I was dating other girls, she was dating other guys. So I really wasn't putting effort in like, oh, I'm in love or this is where it's going to go. It wasn't until we really got to know each other. We were like, oh, I think there's something here.
I think he dated too many radio groupies because I didn't care about all of his flashy radio stuff he wanted to tell me.
No, and she had 3 kids when I met her. So let's put that in perspective. That's a lot. You know what I mean? So I was like, I don't know if I want to take on this. She doesn't have time for BS. She's got to make money and go home and feed kids. And I've never had children, so I didn't know.
Dude, but
And then,
radio groupies suck though, Danny. Like it's like it's almost like you're like a robot. I'm telling the truth.
I really enjoyed my time with radio groupies. That was a good time in my life, and I always have fond memories of it.
No effort.
Yeah, but I guess the real question is,
Very easy.
could you actually settle down with a radio groupie?
No.
That would be
I
impossible.
think
That'd be the hard
I
part.
married one of my first marriages. I'm not sure.
No. She's
Really?
a con artist. That's
This is
big
my
one.
third marriage.
Are you serious?
This is my third marriage. Yeah.
Holy cow.
And the first one was a radio, someone you met because of radio?
I met her at a radio, but she was a con artist.
She's a con artist.
She
That's
was-
a whole
It's
separate
a whole
story.
separate story.
Tell us
Yeah, she
about
was-
this.
How
What
much
do you
did
mean
she
the
get
whole
you
separate
for?
Story? Come on. Tell us.
She,
I'm keeping time.
I interviewed her at a radio station. She came in. I didn't interview her. She came in to do an interview on the Spanish station in the building, and I thought she was cute, and we started talking, and she took me out to dinner, and then we went, this is in San Luis Obispo, and then we met, and then, 6 months later, she's saying that she has to go back to Spain because her band's going to go back on tour, but she wants to stay to be with me. So I was like, oh, how can we do that? So she goes, I have to get married. I have to get married.
Ain't a real marriage. That doesn't
an
count.
American citizen to keep citizenship. So I was like, yeah, let's do that. So we had a wedding and we got married, and it was big, and my dad was there, my mom was there, and this was before they died. So we ended up getting married, and about 3 months afterwards, everything started like all these things started popping up, like pictures with her and children back at home.
Or
and then
the credit card fraud.
She stole my mom's credit card. And then, so then the FBI got involved, and they said, look, this girl's been marrying everybody with the last name Hill.
She married a string of Hills. And he was the next one.
I was the next one. The guy before me was Peter Hill, and the guy before that was like a different Hill. And so then she ended up taking off, and she rented a car.
We have Danny on the show every week, dude, and he'd never run out of stories. He'd never run out of stories. Adelaide, do you agree?
That's a Lifetime movie right there, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. And then, she eventually got caught, and turns out she wasn't even from Spain. Shocker, she was from Mexico. So yeah, they had to do. It was a big deal, and then we finally got divorced.
And she popped up like 8 years ago, claiming that he had a child,
Yeah.
and then we're like, okay, cool. Here's our lawyer's number, so we can do the DNA testing. Nothing.
Never did. Because she kept trying to hustle me for money years. She every now and then she'd come up with something of she wanted money for something.
You've lived a stressful life, Danny Hill.
No, it was my fault. I mean, I made a bad decision. I shouldn't have married a stranger.
Please say you were 19 at the time.
Oh yeah, I think I was 18.
Yeah.
Oh, 18. Okay, so young. I can see a young guy.
I don't think that counts as the first wife, though, Adelaide. Do you think that counts as a
point.
first wife?
It got annulled. It did get annulled by the state because when I went in front of the judge and I said, "Hey, she married me for citizenship," you'd be amazed at how quickly they pulled that thing. I said,
and to someone to
I haven't
come
seen
up
her
to
since. I don't know where she is, and so
yeah,
I
to
guess
tell the judge
technically
up
we were
front.
never married,
Yeah.
but
All
So
right,
you told the judge, I thought we were in love, but she later
but
said,
she bounced. Yeah.
Just wanted my last name.
Yeah.
All right, so when did you join the morning show with Danny, Kate? Well, how does this work? Because you're not a radio personality at this point when you guys meet. So I'm assuming it's after you got married, correct?
No, yeah, it was the year we got married. We moved to Hawaii, and he was short-staffed. So he goes, "Oh, you have a great voice. I'll show you how to voice track. It'll be really easy."
Smart, good job, dude.
And yeah, he conned me into it. He's like, I just until I can hire somebody, and of course nobody ever got hired, right? So I just kept doing more.
Yeah, because it's hard to find somebody for under minimum
moving.
wage.
For free. I got nothing. I was an intern.
I taught her how to do logs too, so she would do logs.
Yeah, I learned how to do all
Oh
this.
wow,
So
good for you, Danny.
She became a pseudo music director, and I was like, "Yeah,
that's awesome."
Music in."
And then when we moved markets, we both got hired. So I've been doing radio, and I have my own shows in a bunch of other markets, and I've been doing that for 8 years now.
Yeah, and then when I was
show started like 5 years ago.
Yeah, when I was with Alpha, I met a lot of different. They used to go to these things in Portland called these Portland pop-ups, and it was basically a chance for the upper management to brag about how well they were doing.
Party.
But all the other like lower end people, like the OMs and PDs, would sit around and we'd be like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." So I met some guys, and there was a guy there who's like, "Hey, do you have anybody that could do on-air workforce in San Jose? We need a female." And I was like, "Yeah, my wife could do it." So she ended up, she was on the air in San Jose for
like 3 years.
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
At the Alpha News station
awesome.
up there. Before they eventually, I think they sold the station or they flipped it to country or
I don't know.
I don't know. Something happened. But yeah, but she was up there for a while, and I was like, "Dude, you went from like not being in radio to being in a market bigger than I've ever been in. So congratulations."
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
yeah. San
With
Jose's huge.
sarcasm
That's all.
included. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's how most of this has worked. It's everything that I've wanted to do. I don't get hired for it, and she gets hired for it. She's on TV here locally, and the KGET channel 17. They were looking for someone for their lifestyle host, and they called me up, and I was like, yeah.
They called him.
I can't wait to do it. I'd love to do it. And they're like, actually,
Is your wife available?
is your wife available? And I was all, no, she's not. She hates this. And they hired her.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
all right. That's all right. Money comes back to the same house. Money comes back to the same house.
That's what she said, but it still hurt, you know.
Nah, bro, come on.
It still hurt because
I'll tell you right now,
Just a little bruised.
if every man has married a woman who's better looking than him. My wife is better looking than me, Danny. You know, your wife is better looking than you. It's just how the world works, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? When I was putting up them pictures in Hawaii, nobody want to see me. They want to see my wife. That was it. They're like, look how pretty Mike's wife is. I was like, why am I so ugly that I'm not supposed to have a pretty wife? But all that being said, so you guys, when you moved to Hawaii, now Danny, you were already in the market, or how does this work?
I'd lived there before.
Okay.
So everywhere I'd worked at in my career, once I left, the people tried to get me back, right?
Okay.
So when I got a job in Hawaii, I had worked for Buckley up in Merced. I had worked for KUBB. I was doing afternoons after I'd left Clear Channel in Fresno. And there was a guy driving through, and his name was George. And he owned a cluster of stations in Hawaii and said, man, I think you're really funny. I'm looking for a PDOM for the cluster in Kauai. Would you be interested in this job? And I said, sure, I'll check it out. And they flew me out, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm sold. So I got a job, and I think they paid me $60,000 or $65,000 a year. It wasn't a lot.
A little back in the day.
But for then it was a lot, but not for Hawaii.
Hold on,
It's expensive.
I know, yeah. Is this the first gig, or this is when you and Kate
This was the first time I went.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And then
when
my
you
contract
insulted
was
everybody.
my contract was for 4 years, and then I got a job offer to go to Bakersfield, and it was for KUBB again because they wanted me back, right? They just sent the thing down saying, hey, if we could get Danny back, because I'd worked with Renee Roberts, and he goes, I think this would be great. Steve Darnell was a GM. So I applied for the position, and I went in. I was going to go watch the Raiders play in Oakland at the time, so I flew in for that, and then I just came through Bakersfield, and I did the interview, and I was super charming. I was really charming. I have these little things I do for interviews that people remember. So I bought a 2-headed coin, and after I got done, I handed it to Steve, and I said, I know you have a tough decision to make, so I'll take heads. And I walked out of the room.
Smart,
dude.
That's really smart.
And he loved it. So then he hires me, and I my contract in Hawaii, packed up my stuff, and come to Bakersfield. And did really well for like 4 or 5 years, but then situations changed, and I kept getting calls to go back to Hawaii, and I thought, well, what a great opportunity.
Right after we got married.
Yeah, to take my kids out there, and and my new wife, and let's do it. So we went back out to Hawaii and was there for about.
Hold on, don't tell us that part, because I want to talk about Hawaii in a sec, but we're keeping time. We're keeping everything on time here because we have a time schedule. So at this point, we're going to take a break because we're going to come back and talk about Hawaii. But in the break, we're going to play our new game show. Have you heard about our new game show, Danny and Kate?
No.
Okay, so here's how it goes. You join TikTok, right? As soon as you get on TikTok, you start seeing all these thirst traps. You're like, what's going on around here? So I'm telling Adlai, I says, man, all these thirst traps, they're getting all these followers, they're getting all these views. Like, what's going on? And Adlai says, they're advertising their OnlyFans. I said, they're not advertising their OnlyFans. This is a children's app. He said, I'm telling you. So then we're getting bigger on TikTok. I says, okay, cool. Let me see what's going on here. So I clicked Linktree because I want to start setting up my stuff. And I start figuring out Adlai's right. So now we're going to play a game show. It's called OnlyFans or Not OnlyFans. Adlai, do you have that intro for us?
I do. And you've already preloaded everything too, huh?
Yes, I did.
Nice. All right, guys, check this out. The OnlyFans game intro.
Yes, I'm making this video because I see so many people starting an OnlyFans.
I've had an OnlyFans for quite some time.
We're gonna take down OnlyFans.
I am an OnlyFans creator.
I am an OnlyFans model.
They sell pictures of their butthole. And that's stopping! That's done!
How sick was that editing, Danny?
It's pretty good. Who does the editing for your show?
I did, dude. You know why? You know why it looks so good? Because last time I had you on, you watched one of my videos and you're like, hey, watch this guy and just copy his editing. And I'm like, okay. So I did. And then I took it to the next level. Like I copied his editing, and then after that, I started watching some of these hip hop DJs that were putting videos together. I'm like, I'm gonna throw hip hop in with this. I can't remember the guy's name. What was his name, Adley? You remember who he told me to watch?
I can't remember. I remember you saying that.
Philip
and you're like,
DeFranco.
okay.
That's it. You told me to watch Philip
yeah.
DeFranco.
Okay.
So I just learned how to edit like Philip DeFranco. And then after that, I started watching these DJs. I'm like, why don't I just put hip hop into that Philip DeFranco? And that's what you get, bro. Anyways, thanks for the advice. All right, here we go. Let's start with Claire. Adley, you got her?
Yeah, ready to go? Here is Claire.
Are you going to be a good Pokemon for Ash?
All right, so here we go. Claire has 1.1 million followers on TikTok. She's a cat lover. She's into anime, and she's also into what is it? Oh, dang it. Hold on. Let me see. Sorry. She's also into it's that I can't pronounce it. It's the Japanese card game that's not Pokemon.
Origami.
No.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, but here's the question. Is she on OnlyFans or is she not on OnlyFans?
Can we watch her again?
She's on OnlyFans.
4 seconds.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
You
go
guys
ahead.
want to watch
Put
it again
up
real quick? Okay, one more time. Now that we know about it, here we go. Claire.
Are you going to be a good Pokemon for Ash?
Oh yeah, OnlyFans.
No, she's not.
I think it's pronounced Hyrago is the other card game she's into. Her
I don't even
boyfriend
know
is in a band, and you just
Nah,
saw
she
her.
does she does video reviews or she does video game reviews. That's what she does.
Video game reviews.
Yeah.
All right,
She
so
looks like
Danny
those
says,
people.
Danny says no. Kate says yes. Adley, what's your guess?
You guys aren't helping me at all. I was gonna, yeah. Okay, so I think that she's just out there, kind of crazy, kind of spun. Does not have an OnlyFans, makes enough money off of TikTok to support her drug habit because tweak is cheap. So she does not have an OnlyFans or need one. That's my
okay.
All right,
There's some cash apping going on in very.
here's how it goes. Danny and Adley, you were both wrong. Kate got that one correct.
Whoa.
Now, for the bonus round,
Nice.
round, how much does she make?
Ooh.
We're talking monthly rate, monthly membership rate.
Yep.
So how much does she charge per month to subscribe to her OnlyFans channel?
$24.99. Where Price is Writing this.
$24.99.
Danny?
I don't know. I don't even know how much you pay for that.
You better not know.
Like $100 to go see her.
This is monthly, a monthly subscription fee.
To see someone
Netflix.
naked continually? That's called marriage.
It's like a TikTok, but it's like naked.
And you gotta pay.
How much?
$40.
40?
$40. You guys are going high. I'm going $15 a month.
Kate was closest. It was $18. $18 a month.
18 a month.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Next one is Shay. Adley, you want to bring up Shay?
All right, guys. Shay.
All right. Shay has got 42.5 thousand followers on TikTok. She loves cosplay, anime, Kim Possible, and she loves coffee. Does she have an OnlyFans?
No, she doesn't.
Not
and if she does,
have an OnlyFans.
she's not making any money off that.
All right, Danny. We edit these for clips for TikTok, so don't interrupt what I'm saying. Ready? Here, wait till I ask the question, then answer. Is she on? And I'll call your name. Is she on OnlyFans or is she not on OnlyFans? Danny Hill, what say you?
No, definitely not.
Kate?
I'll go yes.
Yes. Ooh. Adley?
OnlyFans. Dang it. Okay. I think that she's just weird and odd and into the anime stuff. And I'm thinking she is on OnlyFans because
42,000 TikTok followers, Adley.
See, that's a low number to
You
be
think so?
on OnlyFans. I think
so? I don't
but I
know.
think
That's
she
a lot of
is on OnlyFans because there's dudes that'll watch anything, but there's a niche
I don't.
of weird anime cosplay
right.
dudes are into will actually like.
That's
They'll
there's
justify
an
paying
audience
for it.
there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, she's into weird stuff, so I like it.
Kate and Adley, you were both wrong. Danny, you were correct. She has no OnlyFans. She has no OnlyFans.
I changed my answer midway
late.
through me talking. I was like, dang it.
Like,
All
right, you ready? Let's go for Maya.
Wait, are we guessing how much she charges? Oh no, she's not on
She doesn't have
OnlyFans.
an
Huh?
OnlyFans. Yeah.
No,
25 cents.
Let's go with Maya.
All right, guys. Here is Maya.
All right.
Feels like a trick.
24.4 thousand followers into The Little Mermaid. Huge Elvis fanatic and self-proclaimed beach bum. She's newly engaged. Is she on OnlyFans or is she not on OnlyFans? Danny?
Yes, she has OnlyFans.
What you think she has OnlyFans? Okay. Kate, what do you say?
This feels like the curveball. So I'm gonna go yes.
Okay. Adley?
That's okay. Actually, okay.
You're gonna be the contrarian.
I'm thinking she's obviously works for FedEx, it looks like, and she's driving a truck, being all silly and crazy, and she's getting those views on TikTok. But then she ain't making no money at FedEx compared to what she really is making on OnlyFans.
Oh wow!
So she's like, you know what? I'm doing this. If I get fired from FedEx, I'm good now because I got a bunch of people subscribing to me on OnlyFans. So yes, she's on OnlyFans. Yes.
Well, Danny, Kate, and Adley, you were all correct. I like how Kate got
high fiving.
Yeah. So last week we had a bodybuilder on, like it was a bodybuilder girl, and then we had DJ Sid on, and DJ Sid's gay, so we had a dude on, and we're like, all right, is he on OnlyFans? Is he not on OnlyFans? But I think he guessed he wasn't, and he wasn't. But neither here nor there. We're here, and we want to know how much does this lady make per month? What do we say?
Per month? For prescription?
Like what she's charging?
Or what
month.
she grosses?
Per month.
Subscription fee.
How much is her
what's the
subscription fee? Yeah.
$9.99.
Oh crap!
$4.99.
You're going
You
low.
guys are going low.
She's young and she's desperate, so I think
This is the backup thing.
It could be cheap. I bet you she's cheap. I bet you it's in the $5 range.
All three of you were horrible guessers at that. She's $15 a month.
15.
Wow.
That's too much money for you, huh, Adley?
That's not a good promotion for that though, too. You're driving around in a FedEx truck. Come on, dude.
Yeah, but her other ones were a little more spicy. But if I put them up, that would have given it away. Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. Last one.
That's a lot of people's real quick though. That's a lot of people's fantasy, right? The delivery girl truck driver. Hey, you're not the normal delivery truck driver.
Too much.
Maybe.
I don't understand why people are paying for that. It's free on the internet. Like there's
Danny, you and I have the same argument, dude.
Don't tell anybody.
Have the same exact argument. Trust me on this. That's why we're doing the game show, because trust me, we get tons of views on this portion of our podcast because we cut it up and put them on TikTok. And it's because everybody's thinking the same thing you and I are thinking.
I have a question for
why
Kate.
Are you paying for it? Go ahead, dealer.
Kate, so how does Danny know porno is free on the internet?
That's true, huh?
We all know porn's free on the internet.
Oh, okay. So
everybody knows that.
Everything
I'm like miles of
OnlyFans
porn.
full time.
That's the thing. So, all right, here we go. Last one is Haley. You ready, Adley?
Oh yeah. Here is Haley.
All right. Haley has 221,000 followers. Clearly does not know how to mix down her tracks. She has a huge dog. She's a dog lover. Big Disney fan / weirdo. Do you guys know what I mean by Disney weirdo?
Dresses up, has an annual pass.
Or are you guys Disney weirdos?
I have an annual pass.
That's why Danny didn't say that when I was like, big Disney weirdo.
Seven.
All right, here we go. How many of them popcorn buckets are around your house right now, though? That's my question.
I don't buy those. I'm cheap. Passes
okay, good.
enough.
If you go enough, you know that you can pack your own food.
Having the pass doesn't make you a Disney weirdo, guys. It makes you a Disney enthusiast. Now you do know what I'm talking about when I say Disney weirdo, don't you?
Yeah, the ones with tattoos on their body.
We're good. All right, here we go. Dirt bike rider and a mechanic. She loves ping pong. Does she have OnlyFans though, or does she not have OnlyFans?
I would say, looking at the video, she looks like she's poor and she dresses horribly. And I would say that she doesn't have any money. But with that being said, I worked in a strip club for many years, and she looks dead on like a stripper in their free time. So I'm going to say OnlyFans.
And her apartment looks like
I'm getting stripper vibes
as
from
well.
her. They spend most of their money on drugs and not clothes because they only need 3 or 4 bathing suits before that comes off. So
you would know too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say OnlyFans.
They'll buy the stripper clothes, Danny. Don't forget, we've got my
they'll get those
going on here. So
you can also get a mixtape there too.
What do we exactly? Don't tell my wife. All right, Kate, what are we thinking?
I think I'm gonna trust the stripper expert over here and go OnlyFans.
Adlai, what say you?
You guys are swaying me, but I'm sticking with my initial thought. She's just a weird kid that just does weird videos like that, and I didn't see anything that would.
With this initial thought, if you want to play it again, and then remember when you dated a stripper, and then think about what her apartment looked like in the background, that might help.
Oh, geez. Okay, one more time. Now, see that dancing.
This is her mom's house.
Is that? See, that's what I'm saying. She looks kind of young, like it could be the parents' house. She doesn't dance that good. I don't know. That's where I'm missing out on the stripper vibes. But I guess OnlyFans, you don't really have to dance that good. But I'm sticking with my original answer. No, she's not on OnlyFans.
All right, Kate, do you want to change your answer?
No, I'm in. Let's do it.
You're in? Well, Adlai, I'll tell you right now. Danny and Kate were correct, and I was trying to help you so bad. Every time we play this game, I try to help you. I always try to help, and it never works. I'm always like this close to being like, "Hey, bro, they're right. Just go with them."
The girl I dated, the stripper that I dated, did not have an apartment that nice, bro. That was too nice. Yeah, it was. It was
she had
way
a
more
married
than
one.
that.
She had.
Is that marriage number 2?
Danny.
Marriage number 2.
Holy cow! Let's play ourselves out of here, and then let's get back to stories from Hawaii.
Oh, jeez. Okay, what are we doing?
Playing the intro as the outro. There we go.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Yes, I'm making this video because I see so many people starting an OnlyFans.
I've had an OnlyFans for quite some time.
We're gonna take down OnlyFans.
I am an OnlyFans creator.
I am an OnlyFans model.
They sell pictures of their butthole. And that's stopping! That's done!
Think of the new game show.
Danny and Kate, yeah. What do you think?
It was fun.
It was fun. I'm just telling her, I go, the house looked dead on like every strip right now. Like it's like, they don't have like nicer clothes because they're they're usually naked, you know what I mean? And their carpet is not clean because they don't have time for it.
Yeah.
A two-story townhome rented in a middle of the road area, maybe downtown Bakersfield. Not great.
And that dog is her only form of protection because that's what stays in her house. She probably has other rooms rented out to other strippers.
Yeah. But the neighbors are always creepy. The neighbors are always weird and they always want to come by. You're like, bro, I don't know you like that, dude. Let's not come by. Don't come over here and drink my beer, homeboy.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Now, would you guys would that be offensive at all? Like if you were like, speaking as, you guys have a family watching it, is it offensive or is it just funny?
The game show. He's asking.
I think it's funny.
I think it's funny too. We just got a lot of heat when we first started putting it on TikTok. Like there's a bunch of people getting mad at us, but I think it was a bunch of simps personally. All right, come on, let's get to Hawaii. All right, so the two of you moved to Hawaii. Now, like I said, and like everybody probably knows, I just got back from Hawaii. So I have some questions for you guys. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. everybody complains about the electricity cost. Like that's the one thing people complain the most about. But then like on Oahu, it's like, bro, you're just in another city, really. You know what I mean? You got Walmart, you got Sam's Club. I'm assuming in Kauai you guys didn't have that type of stuff, or did you?
We had Costco and
Walmart. And then they just put in a Target where the
after we left
where the Kmart was. It was like one of the last Kmarts in the world was there. Yeah.
What's the big city in Kauai?
Lahui.
Lahui is the big city.
It's tiny. Imagine like Delano with an ocean.
Really?
That's Kauai.
Okay. Oh
Okay,
wow.
now-
Okay, so
Yeah,
20,000
very
people.
small.
Did they
Okay.
did they have a food land there?
No.
Did you? No. Oh, okay.
No,
Is that-
they had there was a different one, but it was locally owned. There was a couple, but then they got Vons. Vons was there.
Oh, yeah, Safeway.
A Safeway went in, but there was another one that I forget the name of it.
There was a local one.
Big Save.
They
It was
were
Big Save.
expensive.
Yeah, it was Big Save.
Huh.
in Oahu, they have a food land everywhere, but that's where you could buy the poke. Like you go in there, you buy poke, you buy by the pound, or you could buy a poke bowl like that. Did they have that at the grocery store in Oahu? Or I mean in
Kauai?
in Kauai?
Yeah.
In Kauai, by poke at gas stations. They sold them at Chevron. Everywhere they had anything, poke was for sale everywhere. And
How
I'd
much
always
was
be
a
like,
bowl?
I don't know why you're buying sushi from a gas station, but they would.
It's
They'd
in
buy it.
Hawaii.
It's fresh, dude.
Yeah.
In a Bakersfield gas station, I wouldn't buy sushi.
Yeah, me neither. What? How much did it cost for a poke bowl?
I don't know. I don't eat sushi, so I never bought one. Yeah.
What?
I think it's disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not a
What'd you
big
eat
fan.
in Hawaii? Coconut?
No, I don't like coconut either. I didn't like any of the food that was there. It was hard for me. So like, the stuff that I missed the most were like strawberries and bananas and apples. And there
Barbecue.
was like starfish and Ramadan and you know
all the fruit rambutans. All the fruit that's cheap was like tropical fruit because it grew in the area. So it was apples and oranges that were really expensive.
I spent $29 on a watermelon once just so I could taste what watermelon was like again.
Wow. I was so mad.
I brought it home. The kids were like, "What is this?" It was a $29 watermelon, baby. Seedless.
Nobody
Cut
touch
up,
it. It's mine.
So good. Yeah,
That's
the stuff you'll miss when you're there. Is the I don't want to say normal food, but like the food that you would regularly eat over here is not regular over there. So it's just different.
But I
You gotta
like
get used
all
to
the
like
food.
food.
Like all the food that they eat over there is my favorite food.
Yeah, and I'm sure. Yeah, it's good, but there's like for me, the hardest thing was like so for breakfast, I love biscuits and gravy, and trying to explain to anybody in the Polynesian culture what the hell biscuits and gravy is was they go, but why would you put brown gravy on a biscuit? I go, no, it's white gravy, and they're like, white gravy? I've never even heard of white gravy. I go, it's kind of like a loco moco, but just a biscuit and white gravy on top, and they're like, nah. So stuff like that was hard for me because I wanted that. So you have to make it yourself, and then I try it.
You're describing how it is to live in Pittsburgh for me personally.
Yeah.
It is for me to live in Pittsburgh. So like what you're saying is, hey Mike, where everybody looks like you, where you're gonna eat your favorite food, where you're gonna learn more about your own culture, where you and your wife are gonna get to live in 75 to 85 degree weather, you ain't gonna like it. It's like, are you nuts, bro? Like you're just singing my song. Now I love Pittsburgh, don't get it twisted, but I swear to you, I feel the same way about Pittsburgh that you felt about Hawaii.
Yeah, it was tough at first, but after a while you get used to it. I mean, the different foods and the different things. I remember I had a co-host when I was there. Her name was Chanel. She's still a really good friend of mine, and I brought in hummus one day.
She had no clue
and she was like, "What the hell is that?" And I was like, "Well, it's kind of like poi, but it's got more flavor to it." And she's like, "Impossible!" So she ate it. She was like, "Oh, this is horrible." I go, "Yeah, it's like bean dip, but it's cold."
She didn't like hummus.
So then she didn't like it. But then she brought in poi for me. And so the traditional way to eat poi, if you're from there, is they have a bowl of it and you use your finger. And then you use your finger to get the poi on it, and then you lick it off and you put your finger back in. So to me, I always like that's a germ issue, right? I'm gonna put that in my mouth.
Fair.
But she said the most important thing you can learn is you do not spill. It's disrespectful if you put your finger in and pull it up and it droops on the side of the bowl. So you have to like practice putting your finger in and scooping it up without it dripping down your hand or on there and putting it right into your mouth.
Poi's really bland.
Yeah, poi's very bland, but it's good with kalo work, and that's what it was made for because the pork was so salty. Yeah, you needed
you need something bland to even it out.
To even it out. So that's kind of where I learned.
Oh, we lost him. Oh, his phone died. But did you eat poi when you were out there?
No.
You know what? I think I tried it once, and I was like, it was super plain.
I
was
think
like
Hawaii is just different than Honolulu, you know, or
I bet you it's more culturally,
more Hawaiian,
like more traditional. Like, yeah.
I think it's way different than Oahu. Oahu, Oahu was like a melting pot. That was the thing. They'll definitely come back. If they don't come back, that was a great interview. Oh, here they come. Yeah.
See if you got his charger.
You want to bring him on?
Yeah, here we go.
Problems.
Did you get the charger?
Which is why I'll never eat that again. Wasn't that a great story? Wrecked them, damn near killed them.
I think it's nuts to me though that you guys like. Kate, how did you feel about Hawaii? Like, were you like, man, this food's crazy or whatever, or do you eat raw fish?
I don't eat raw fish, so I would annoy them because I would ask for like grilled chicken in my poke bowl, and I do that here too. And I got no qualms about it. I just don't like raw fish. But
did you grow up in Bakersfield?
Because I grew up here. I moved here when I was like 6 from LA. So I loved being able to live by the beach. But after a while, I do regret not enjoying it more while we were there because I thought we were going to be there for like many, many years, and it only ended up being like a year when we were there. And so I regret not enjoying it more. But when you have 4 kids and they want to go to the beach every day, everything becomes a sand trap. You will never, the car that we had when we lived there, we'll never get the sand out of it ever. And our house was full of sand. And it's like, if it was just us, like when we go vacation there, it's awesome. But when you have a family, it's like your normal daily lives. You have school. I used to drive an hour every day to commute our kids back and forth to school because the highway was so jammed.
Yeah.
So it was like everyday life kind of cuts into like vacation life.
It's and don't get me wrong, it's beautiful and there's a lot of pros to Hawaii, but there's just stuff you don't think about. I didn't know cockroaches infest
they
fly, and because of that they infest your vehicle. So you have to have your car pesticide bombed every like 3 to 6 months because there's so many cockroaches in there. And then so what I would do is I'd get the little cockroach traps and put them under my seat, and within 3 days it would be stacked high of cockroaches that were in there. So they would just infest. So it's just, if you're not used to stuff like it becomes, it's just something to get used to. You just got to get used to it. The cane spiders, they're the size of your hand. And when those things go running around, or the centipedes that bite, and so it's just it's just different lifestyle. But flip that around. If you mention a snake to anybody from Hawaii, they freak out because they've never been around them. They don't like snakes. So it's like give or take. I mean, we have snakes here in California, so it's just different. It's all it is, but not better or worse. It's just different.
Yeah, but everybody doesn't look like you and are your culture, and you've never been around them people before. You know what I mean? Like that was the thing. So this is why I loved Hawaii. When I was in Hawaii, people were super excited to talk to me because I'd never been around Asian people before, and they were Asian. They're like, "This is insane. You're from the East Coast." It's like, "Yep." It's like, what's that like? It was fun, man, just talking to people. That's 1. And then 2, the food is phenomenal. And then 3, the weather's phenomenal. And 4, bro, I haven't swam in the Pacific Ocean since I was 20 because the Pacific Ocean in California is disgusting. But the Pacific,
gross,
but the Pacific Ocean in Hawaii is phenomenal. Yeah. So like, it's just like,
I
can't see
would tell
myself
everybody
not
do it
being
once. If you can afford it, do it once. You got to ship your cars out there unless you sell them. You got to fit your house into a shipping container. So the only way you can ship out of it, you're in Pittsburgh, right? So you're gonna have to ship all your stuff to the LA or Oakland pier, and then
I'm not taking any of this stuff. Are you crazy? I could care
You have to
less.
sell all of it, and then you move it, or you can put it in storage if you plan
I
on
just
coming
put it in a
back.
dump, dude. I don't care. I could care less, man.
It's really expensive to buy on the island, though.
Yeah, so
I
we
don't
got
really need a lot of stuff. I'm good.
Well, like just to get a dresser, like for our bedroom, we had a dresser, and it was I don't know, what was it, oak dresser?
I solid wood, but it was like $3,000 for a dresser.
And it was just 4 drawers.
Adley, tell them how much furniture I had when I lived with you.
I don't think we had a dresser. Mike slept on the couch and just had his clothes in the corner of the room. We had records.
I would
had
take
records.
some stuff. If you do end up moving there, I would take some stuff with you because you're gonna need it because you're gonna have to buy it all over again.
I'll probably take stuff. Like I'm not like. Here's the thing. Like we have a couple options. So like Sherilyn, my wife, she could just take a 19-week gig there, and they put us up. And so it's like, all right, that would be dope. But at the same time, I kind of don't want to do it till I retire. So I got 10 years anyways. So it's like, I'm just going to stack for 10 years. Prices are pretty low right now. Make sure you don't get a land lease, like that type of stuff. So I've been really looking into it, but like I got 10 years stuff and I don't want to hate Pittsburgh. That makes me not think about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, I would recommend it. A lot of our friends still live out there, and I'm still close friends with the mayor of Kauai, and they always say happy birthday, and they tell me to come home. Like they consider me local now because they always say, when are you going to come home? When are you going to come see us? We miss you. And it really does feel like home. They're really amazing people. And we talk about that too, is once the kids move out, we'd probably move back again.
Yeah, it's the cost, I think, was the biggest factor because we had 4 kids at the time.
Yeah.
We were paying like $3,000 a month to live in a like 900 square foot condo stacked on top of each other.
Wow.
And food was more expensive than in California. The gas was more expensive than in California. So it's just like, if you know what you're getting into, or you have a small family and you can pull it off, go do it 100%. But
I was the best shape of my life because the only thing you do in your free time is hike, ride your bicycle, surf, go to the beach, kayak. So like, cause that was it. And on Kauai, there was I don't think they still have one. There was no movie theater. So there's no movie. So movies were out of the question. Like, so your free time is literally just outside. So and then everybody there's garage is a functional 5th bedroom or 6th bedroom. So nobody parks in the garage. They make that into a room with a karaoke system and couches and like that's the party room. So you go to a lot of house parties.
When you guys were there, when the kids graduated from high school, did they put the banners up on the fences?
Yeah. The old school. They also do that for politicians too when they're running for Congress, like city council or whatever. And they stand out in the corner and they all wave in groups of like 50 or 60 with the same color shirt.
But the high school banners, like they look like the No Limit Records from the 90s. You know what I mean? Like the kid would be on a car and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I was like, man, this is super dope. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I can't end life not living there. It is what it is.
That's crazy.
Like, we encourage you to look into that.
I'm not even looking in, bro. I'll just jump. I'm telling you, bro, it's one of those things. Like, dude, here's the thing. You guys are doing the impossible every day. I've done the impossible and I do it every day. Like, you're not supposed to own radio stations. I'm not supposed to own my own business. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know how hard it is on a radio station? I wouldn't want to own one, but you guys do. You guys own several.
I don't even know if we want to own one.
It's really hard.
It's hard.
I mean, I never stop seeing either of you work.
We don't stop.
No. It's mostly because I have ADHD, so I have to be out doing something.
You can't stop.
Yeah, so I have to just keep going. And I figure I got another 10 years or so before my body shuts down and I just die. So but put in the old effort now. Gotta give it 100% now, see how it goes.
But you're adding markets, right?
Yeah, but again, that's for us that was always like a COVID thing. We just needed money during COVID. And then it keeps like going up. So we were just talking about it this year. Like, we have so much that whether we're doing, like, what do you put all your energy into?
It's hard to like juggle everything and make all of it great. You know what I mean? Because you're doing so many things at once.
Like you guys are doing so much, like, and your parents, you know what I mean? And like you care about your kids, like Like I hear Danny rant on TikTok all the time about crappy parents. So like, and the thing is you don't rant about crappy parents if you're a crappy parent. That's the way it goes. You know what I mean? So like you're good parents, and it's so hard to do when you're running your own business, and 10 times harder if that business is radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a 9 to 5 gig. I mean, that's something that's 24 hours a day, pretty much. It's nonstop.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I feel like we're just so used to it because we just live our lives and we're doing like checking boxes all day and then doing family stuff in between. It's like we're constantly doing everything that I don't realize how much we do until somebody's like, well, what do you do? And we're like, well, we own radio stations, and we also both have syndicated shows, and we have a Together syndicated show, and I do TV, and he also has a DJ business, and we have 5 kids, and everyone's like, what do you mean? You like, how do you fit all that in a day? And I don't even know how we do it. It's like some magic trick.
Well, and I'm not saying it in the sense of like, you should feel sorry that you work so hard. I'm saying it in the sense of, I respect how hard the Hills work. How about you, Adley?
No, totally agree, man. Totally agree. It's just like when I see the posts and I see the stuff going on, and I know what you guys are doing, I hear all this stuff. It's like, oh my gosh, dude,
always
insane.
On the grind. Yeah, always on the grind. You guys, insane hustler. So we got a short amount of time here, so we can do our favorite old bit, which is the news. So Adley, we got a couple stories for this young couple.
Oh yeah. They've probably heard these stories all, so
they probably already commented on
all
so
these
just
things. So,
hey, Danny, all them notes you wrote down about the stories you did this morning, just pull them back up and read them.
All right,
only with
here
the new jokes in them.
So I'm just gonna read. I'm gonna do some music stuff first.
Let's go for it.
I'm just gonna read the headlines. You guys tell me which one you want to do. Okay. So Kanye West, Adidas has resumed selling Yeezys, but there's a catch. That's headline 1. Boozy Badass, whether you know him or not, he's a rapper, but he wants a Chinese baby mama for one reason. He wants a Chinese baby mama
for one reason.
And then Lizzo credits body shaming for making her want to leave music. So what story you guys want to do first? I don't believe
in any of those.
Kanye, Boozy Badass wants a Chinese baby mama, or Lizzo talks about body shaming and making her want to leave music.
Adley picked the 3 stories that'll get you kicked off of 2 of those syndicated stations. Go ahead, guys.
I like the Lizzo story because I love Lizzo. So Lizzo is one of my top favorite right now.
Let's start with Lizzo.
I like Lizzo.
Yeah, she says Lizzo has never been one to shy away from addressing her haters. However, according to the singer's recent social media posts, the constant barrage of negative comments has her questioning if it's time to step away from music. Now, after Candace Owens, she's a right-wing commentator, she critiqued her weight in the past, and she blasted Lizzo for blocking her on Twitter. The special singer caught wind of her comments and decided to address them head on. So in a series of tweets earlier this week, Lizzo spoke out against some of the harsh critiques she's received regarding her weight. Notably, she admitted that negative comments online were starting to get to her and were causing her to hate the world. Many folks have accused her of being unhealthy. The singer says she's quite health conscious and is focused on simply trying to live her best life, no matter her size. And at one point, Lizzo even claimed that she has considered giving up on everyone and quitting the music business to enjoy my money and my man on a effing farm. The singer also took a moment to note that being fat is not her brand, that it just happens to be how her body looks. That's a real thing, though, right? Trolls on the internet. That's a real thing.
Trolls are everywhere. People like to hate. They enjoy it so much.
Yeah, don't read the comments.
And I know why they do it, because I hate on people online all the time. And the reason is because I want them to recognize me. And then when they comment back, I'm like, oh, he does know who I am.
Oh,
That's
awesome. I thought you were like saying some stuff like I make different accounts and I say mean things on people's accounts. I'm like, Danny, have you been on the Chino Brothers TikTok page, man? Because everybody says so many mean things to us all the time. Like, don't read them comments.
I've cried myself to sleep. Yes.
I try to get their attention, or I don't know.
And do people blast you guys?
The what?
Do people blast you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do.
They go after her more than they go after me.
Mean.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. She has jail mail. There's a prisoner who loves
I
her.
get letters from jail. Yeah.
We used to have that as a morning show bit when I was a morning show producer. That was one of our bits for the female who was on the show. She was our news lady.
It was more than a bit because it was real letters, which was crazy.
Yeah, it was letters from La Pinta.
They're handwritten letters.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Did they ever draw a picture of you?
No. And
Okay.
then you know what's funny is like the men are always like complimentary, right? Usually in a very creepy way, but the women are mean. Like when I'm on TV sometimes, I had this woman email the station, and it wasn't to like critique the show or anything we did. She emailed to say my dress was ugly. That was it.
Well, that's not
no
very
other
nice.
comment. My dress was ugly.
Yeah, we since got rid of that dress.
Yeah. It's good. Always listen to what they say.
We gave
that
it
one
a service.
person.
Yeah. It's done because
It got cut.
we're having that. I said no ugly dresses in this house, so we got rid of them.
We get
Thank
a lot
goodness.
of there doesn't need to be more old men podcasters. We get a lot of that. Like it's like, well, why do we have to be old men podcasters? Like, you don't know how old I am. I'm Asian. I look younger than I am. But all right, what do you guys think of this Lizzo thing? Come on, Danny. You say you like the young lady. What's the deal?
I love Lizzo. I think she's super. You know, the thing with Lizzo is she shows a lot, and she's like half naked with all she does. So it is just kind of body shaming because all the other artists wear the same outfits, but since Lizzo happens to be 300 pounds or whatever it is, wearing her bikini. They somehow take offense to it,
but she does it anyway.
She does it anyway, and I think she should. I think Lizzo, when she does watch this, because I know she follows you guys and is a big fan.
Yeah,
I think what Lizzo should do is just get off social media. You have enough money, Lizzo. Hand your social media accounts to a handler.
Don't look
let them do the posting and don't look at it and just live your life.
She should have done that a long time ago. She should have.
Yeah,
and it's most people do that now.
Just don't because honestly, these people they're just like me. They just want to be, hey, look at me. Oh my God, Lizzo said something back, and that's all it is. They want their own
attention.
Yeah, but dude, in a way, if she folds it up and quits music and quits social media, is that like saying the haters win?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I don't think she should quit music. I think she should just ignore the social media.
But still put up sexy, showing a lot of skin pictures, though, right?
Here's where I'm at.
Yeah, do whatever she.
Here's where I'm at.
Danny needs to do those.
I don't like that Lizzo dresses like that. I'm like, just dress conservative. Who gives a crap? You have a bomb voice. Like, your voice is phenomenal. I don't need to see your booty.
Yeah, well, I feel that way about a lot of the artists, but they make more money off of it. Like all those people we saw earlier on the OnlyFans thing. No one's going to their OnlyFans page because of how little or how much they're wearing there. It's because of how little they're wearing.
I know, but Lizzo, like, if she covered up, she still has a banging voice. What about Adele? She always covered up. She didn't wear no string bikinis.
Just think how many more albums Adele would sell if she showed more skin, though.
If she showed the string.
I'm kidding. But
she's lost all that weight.
Yeah, she did lose a lot of weight too. Yeah, but Lizzo, I feel like Lizzo keep doing it, and I know Mike will say like, man, that's a lot.
No, here's the thing. Look, here's where I'm at. If she was whack, if she didn't have a nice voice, then I'd be like, yeah, go for it. Put on the string, because I think it's funny. I personally find it humorous, and I thought of this idea a long time ago, back when me and Adley were DJs. And I know people say this all the time, but I'm serious. I was like, you should have, because I always watch Biggie, and he always had hot chicks around him. And I was like, and Big Pun, whatever. I was like, all right, there should be a big girl or big girl group with just hot dudes, rubbing them down and fondling all over them, everything. And then Lizzo did it. And so I was like, this is funny. To me, I thought it was funny. But at the same time, it's like, you are so nice. You don't have to demean yourself in this manner. Do you think
Missy Elliott was larger or smaller than Lizzo?
Smaller.
I think she was smaller, but once again, I think Missy Elliott dressed appropriately. You know what I mean? And I mean,
she wore tracksuits.
Yeah, but she wore tracksuits because she was the only other like big. I mean, how many other big artists are there right now?
She wore like the leather dress thing. You know what I mean? Remember that with like the 6-inch stilettos? She would do stuff like that, but she knew how to cover it properly. Like Lizzo looks like a dude who owns a t-shirt he's owned too long. You know what I mean? Like when you own a t-shirt too long, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you first rock that t-shirt, you don't see the man boobs, nothing, bro. Them t-shirts look fresh, bro. You just got that from Tilly's or wherever. Now, man, you want to go around town in that shirt. In fact, when we were younger, we probably went, I don't know if you did this, Danny, but me and Adelaide, every Friday night, right before the club, we go buy new shirts. Okay. When you wearing that shirt too long, it's like flappy like this, you know, it's kind of foldy and weird. That's what Lizzo looks like when she's wearing those outfits, man. Like it's not covered properly. It's not pushing up properly. You dig where I'm going?
Yeah, I hear him. But I don't know. I think that
she's wearing what everybody else is wearing. It's just she's got a bigger body, and there's nothing wrong with it.
But I'm fat, so I'm on the side of fat people can wear whatever they want to wear.
I'm not mad at fat people wearing whatever they want to wear, but what about fat people wearing stuff that makes them look sexier? Because she could wear stuff that holds it up differently, so it's not swing low, sweet chariots, bro. When you're looking at her, you dig where I'm going?
I hear what you're saying,
but sexy is like different to everybody, and if she feels sexy, let her rock it.
I'm not. Listen, I'm sure Lizzo's gonna stop her fashion sense because of what I'm saying. But can't we be honest with one another that there's a reason why there's a push-up bra, there's a reason why there's Spanx, there's a reason why there's certain things.
Patriarchy. Come on, don't start with
that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that women should be a certain manner. What I'm saying is this: there's a nice way to highlight your features, and I don't believe whoever Lizzo's stylist is providing that for her. Now, sometimes I think that's provided for her, but other times I think it's like, man, someone could have got you something better than that. That's what I'm saying.
No, I hear it, but those perceptions of beauty are defined usually by men. Those were designed by men, not by women. Women don't want to be pushed up and sucked in. Like, that stuff hurts. I've had to wear that stuff to look nice for people, and it's not comfortable. So if she's comfortable and feels sexy, I don't care what she's wearing.
All right, I'm not gonna argue with it. Like, I'm not trying to change anybody's opinion on it. It's just this is what seems proper to myself as an old minority. You get where I'm going? Like, I ain't changing anytime soon. And if this is out of fashion or I'm being offensive, I apologize in advance.
Are you saying that Lizzo doesn't have a chance to date you?
Well, I'm married.
Only because he's married.
You know what I mean? I'm married. So, like, and then on top of it, I don't believe I'm handsome enough for Lizzo, to be honest with you. I'm being honest with you. I believe Lizzo likes very handsome men. And I don't have a problem with her dating, marrying, none of that, a handsome man. I have no problem with her that she's big, none of that stuff. I have no problem that she wants to wear a bathing suit and stuff like that. I just think there's a fashion issue going on here. And I get what you're saying, Kate. If she feels comfortable with it, word. I only think that goes for unfamous people, though. Like, if you're not famous, you could be as comfortable as you want. If you're famous, come on, man, I got to look at pictures of you. Can we just make things look normal, or just keep them pictures off the internet that don't make, you know? And I know that's, if I'm a sexist for that, I apologize.
No, I think a lot of it's probably shock appeal. I mean, look at everything. We were just talking about Lady Gaga. I remember when she hit the scene, she was wearing like meat dresses and popping out of eggs. Yeah, like an alien. And then she would wear like all this weird stuff. And she's not the best thing to look at.
It's attention grabbing.
But it was attention grabbing. And then over the years, she's kind of mellowed out into this older Lady Gaga. I mean, same with Madonna. I mean, if you look at Madonna.
Yeah, Madonna started out, woo, everybody was like, whoa, that's crazy.
That was crazy. Yeah.
I think Madonna still thinks she's sexy, dude. Madonna's still going out with weird bras. But Lady Gaga, like, she's wearing dope outfits, and like
classing it up.
Christina Aguilera, you know what I mean? Like, Christina Aguilera's wearing dope outfits. Britney Spears, if you know, she needs some help, but if she didn't need as much help as she needs, she'll be wearing some dope outfits.
Yeah.
Let's get Lizzo into that phase, in my personal opinion. I get it. That might be sexist or that might be patriarchal or whatever. And I'm not trying to be that way. I'm not trying to say, I'm not even saying what I'm saying everybody's supposed to listen to. What I am saying is, it just seems normal to me. Like, look, man, just, you know, you are an attractive person. But I don't need to see the flaps. 26.
30 26. Maybe not quite 30.
She's 35 years old.
Is she
wow,
30?
man.
Okay, yeah, so
get to that phase.
So again, so maybe you do have a point. Because I was going to argue that if she was young, because a lot of them make those decisions when they're young, but she is 35, so I don't know. And that's a whole other age discussion. At what age at what age do you start having to tuck things away? Like, when did you stop taking your shirt off in public? You know, because like when you're younger as a guy,
9.
and you would take your shirt off and play basketball and walk around with no shirt on, and then you reach like 34 and you're like, I don't think I'm gonna walk around with no shirt on anymore.
Let's have the sweat pits. Just rock the sweat pits, man.
Look the same.
2 in the pits, 2 under the breasts.
Yeah.
Dude, just leave the sweat pits, man.
I don't know.
So Danny, you're jumping to my side that she should button up a little here.
I mean, I don't think she should. The thing is, I have a hard time telling anybody what they're gonna wear because I have horrible. If you saw what I'm wearing right now, I'm the worst fashion sense in the world, so I defer to everybody
stand
else's.
up.
But it's not a half shirt and a thong.
You ready to see it?
The dad
shorts.
Yeah, it's not a
my favorite shorts in the world. They're cargo shorts.
Cool.
And then they have 8 pockets.
You wearing flip flops?
No, I got shoes on today.
Okay.
But you should do the flip flops.
But you're not wearing a thong. You're not wearing a thong and a half shirt.
Well, we don't know that.
Here? We
We don't know.
I
that.
was before I went on the show.
That's for my.
What's under the shorts?
He's wearing shorts. But
Is there a
that's my
thong under the
point.
shorts?
Is I just think there's a maturity level to dress, but it is what it is. All right, what time do we got here? We got 5 more minutes. Can we
squeeze in
another
one more
story?
one more
Yeah,
story?
let's try to sneak it in.
All right,
I
I'm
like
going to
this
read brand new
contrarian-
headlines. Brand new headlines.
I like having a lady on the show because then she can
Yeah,
tell
this is
us.
great. Keep us in check. Now, suspects allegedly punch, body slam a Sonic manager over a jalapeno mix-up. A man
Makes
in a
sense.
wig, a man in a wig allegedly robs a convenience store with a Nintendo Duck Hunt gun.
I saw that one.
Wait, wasn't there
Okay, that's
like
not the
2
one I
other
wanted.
like rapper stores?
Oh, and then the boozy badass wants a Chinese baby mama for one reason.
And then what was the
and the
third one?
Kanye West, they're gonna resume selling Yeezys with one catch.
What you want?
Let's do
There's also-
Kanye.
You want to do the Kanye? Okay.
Yeezy? Okay, let's go for it.
All right. So Kanye West Yeezy sneakers will once again be sold by Adidas after the company ended its partnership with him. But there's a specific plan in place. Adidas CEO Bjorn revealed the company created a short-term plan to salvage what can be salvaged by selling the remaining inventory. Quote, what we are trying to do now over time is sell parts of this inventory and donate money to the organizations that are helping us and that were also hurt by Kanye's statements. The plan went into action with Adidas's official site advertising the sale of some of the remaining inventory, noting that a portion from the sale of these items will be donated in support to the fight against discrimination, hate, racism, and anti-Semitism. The products include existing designs and designs initiated in 2022 for sale in this year, 2023. So they're taking, 1, how much inventory do they got? And 2, how much money are they trying
This
to
is
get
going to
from
be like
this?
the
'Cause a portion of the
Every
proceeds.
year they're going to bring back a Yeezy. And they're going to be like,
Ooh.
guess what, guys? We found some more Yeezys.
Yeah, they're gonna be a lot more expensive than McRibs, though, dude. You're gonna need a bot for them, dude.
This is crazy. We got 42,000 more boxes in the back, but we're giving a portion to charity. So it's a good thing.
Yes. I'm thinking they got $1 billion worth of Yeezy inventory that they can't get rid of because it'd be racist to sell it. So it's like,
so now they have to give it. I mean, I like the angle they're going with because they've probably been thinking about this a while. Like, how do we
PR move?
Like, how do we move out of this stuff?
Yeah.
We got to be done, but we've got it stockpiled.
And
and it's a business move.
Do you guys think that they're gonna light up like the shoe the shoe websites? Like, you think it's just gonna be like, I can't get these because they sell out so fast?
Oh yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Because you're gonna want the people who think they're doing, like, they're going against Kanye and they're buying it because they know a portion of their money is going to go to these charities that Kanye hurt. And then you also have the people who do not care what Kanye did and they love Kanye and they're going to still buy the shoes no matter what. And then you also have the people who know they're going to be able to make money regardless of what they feel, and they're going to be stockpiling those too.
Plus the sneakerheads that are out there that are just going to want the collector version of, hey, remember when they stopped making these? They sold it again.
Now here's my question. You think Kanye is going to get a taste of this?
I think legally he has to, because it was like there was like contracts there, but that's why they're saying like a portion of the money is going to these charities of organizations and people that he hurt.
Yeah, it's true. I guess
no doubt in my mind he's going to get paid on this.
Yeah,
and
Adidas
is going to make something off of this fiasco
because
Kanye obviously, he said some horrible stuff, obviously. But I think, and then if you're going to invest in these sneakers, I don't know where you're going to sell them because of the awful stuff he said. It was so bad. You're going to have to sell it like almost in the black market later on, maybe.
All right, hold on. I got another question. You ready?
Okay.
Is wearing Yeezys akin to playing R. Kelly on the radio?
One was like a pedophile, right? I don't think Kanye was
He's
a
monster.
R. Kelly was pretty nasty.
So like one's
but
worse than the other.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Not good.
They're both bad, but I don't know. And that argument could also be made about playing Michael Jackson on the radio or Chris Brown. So do you separate
Michael Jackson and Chris Brown are too old though? Like you know what I mean? People aren't as mad about Chris Brown and Michael Jackson.
So is it
but R. Kelly, he was a monster, dude. He had women in it, like he had women in his cellar, like he was a monster, peed on, all this stuff, like had him enslaved for 14 years, stuff. That I don't know if he's ever getting out of it.
And also we had a guest on that
had in the Name of Love.
Such a
I know,
good
dude.
song.
You don't have to preach to me, bro. Mission? Come on now. What are you talking about? Oh, Fiesta? How about that one, huh?
Fiesta. I mean,
what's my jam with Keith Murray do with Redman? What's that one?
It's track number 2 on the CD.
Home Alone. Home Alone, bro. Keith
Great
Murray,
song.
rock. Yeah, dude. Come on now.
And we had a guest on though. I was gonna say, Danny Kate, we had a guest on that said, yeah, but Michael Jackson wasn't convicted. So he went to court.
I don't think that matters.
That was his argument.
My station was broadcasting live when he came out of the court, when he was being tried. Remember when he jumped on the top of his limo and danced on top of the limo?
Yeah.
While he was being tried.
You were there?
Pedophile? It was a pretty pedophile move. So it's pretty.
Did he moonwalk?
Like, he didn't have to be convicted. Everybody was like, like OJ. Did he get convicted? No.
Nope.
Probably. Yeah, probably. There's a lot of people that don't get convicted, but you're like,
But I will say this. You remember the rich kid that worked over at Alpha, Jogo? Remember Jogo, the rich kid? Remember Jogo? You guys know Jogo on the radio? He always rocked the Yeezys, always. And I was like, man, I'm not paying $300 for sneakers. I'm not doing it. He's like, Adley, just put them on. Try mine right now. He took them off his feet. I put them on, and it was like sticking my foot into a dish of butter. It was so smooth and comfortable, and I was like, man.
Yeah,
dude, but they're more than 300, bro. That's the thing. They're
Even
more than 300.
Really?
Yeah, dude, you pay 300 for the bootlegs, bro. Like, and those and the bootlegs are pretty decent for 300, bro. But I know you bought like the $25 bootlegs, huh?
How about the Walmarts that kind of look like them? $30. But the thing is, now if I can cop a pair for $99 and I'm doing a good thing because a portion of the proceeds goes to charity.
Yeah.
Comfort.
But
is
wearing those shoes.
Are those Yeezys? Are those Yeezys?
But I got anti-Semite.
Right.
You anti-Semite. That's what they're gonna think about you. I'm gonna tell them straight up. Nope, I support Israel, bro. Don't say that to me. I'm not an anti-Semite. 100%. Whatever it is. See, that's the thing. You can't wear them nowhere. Now, once again, would you wear the Yeezys before or after you will play bounce, 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 bounce?
Wow.
What if I'm wearing the Yeezys while listening to R. Kelly buying Bud Light instead of a Target on my way to go see Little Mermaid?
So they can cancel each other out.
Now I've hit every topic. I've gotten all of them.
Let me hear
Danny.
that. Beep, beep. Give me some of that.
Danny, say that whole thing one more time. That was great.
Isn't that great? Yeah. There's so much to be mad at right now that it's hard to.
Everybody's mad at something.
It's like whatever you do, they're gonna be mad at you. So it's.
But the R. Kelly. The R.
okay,
Kelly thing, man. The dude was a monster, bro. But his music is so good.
Yeah, it was really good, and that's there's I was gonna say earlier. I had a PD tell me once, if you took off everybody from the radio station that was a bad person, you would have nothing to play.
Yeah, you're right.
Because depending on how bad they were, are we gonna stop at drug dealing, right? Like Fetty Wap has now been convicted of all that drugs. So you're going to take Fetty Wap off because of his federal gun trafficking and drug charges. Chris Brown, a wife beater, a pedophile. Like, you have to choose which laws you're going to stick with. And if you choose all of them, there's going to be no one left. They've all done some pretty horrible stuff. Even Martha Stewart was in jail for insider trading. So thank God she's not a singer, or you'd have to pull her songs off. So I think you just have to draw the line at the music and the human are different people.
Separate them. Separate.
So I think what Danny Hill is saying is you will hear R. Kelly on Rewind, correct? Is that what I'm understanding?
I don't think we play R. Kelly.
I don't think we play R. Kelly, but I wouldn't pull it. Like I don't pull music because something happens at the moment, because I just think it's going to come back. You know, a perfect example of this is Morgan Wallen. Remember when everybody was like, we're going to pull Morgan Wallen? Oh my God, this is it, the end of his career. And then he had the largest year ever this year. And he has like 5 #1 hit songs. So I think when you commit to say you're going to pull an artist off, it never goes you're not as planned. I don't think your station is as powerful as you think it is, because there's people out there that just don't care. They don't know. And they know the song and they don't put 2 and 2 together. Bruno Mars was arrested in Las Vegas for cocaine possession. And he had cocaine. He was doing cocaine. He went to jail. We're not going to pull Bruno Mars off the air because he loves cocaine, right? Like, it's not.
Dang, Danny Hill, man. Just bringing it. Keep coming.
No, but it's true. You know what I mean?
Preaching
like,
the gospel,
Presley
bro.
Was not a good person. Jerry Lee Lewis was not a good person. The list goes
cousin.
on and on.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
And we're just talking about music. Thank God we're not switching into like football players or something.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
football players are a whole other
Politicians.
story.
Oh yeah,
So I'm just trying to disassociate the individual with whatever the product is, and I go, do I like the product? Is this song okay? And I do that too with a lot of songs that even.
You remember Dr. Dre beat D Barnes? Remember that?
Yes, Dr. Dre. It just sold out the mechanics arena here, and Dr. Dre was a woman beater. You know, a lot of them were murderers. Eazy-E was very openly a drug dealer. Like that's how they funded that.
Yeah.
So I think it's hard to choose what laws and where you're going to stop at. Like, is it misdemeanors? Is it felonies?
Is it
Kait, do you agree?
Statements they made?
Do you agree with this, Kait, with this statement that Danny's saying?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have to, because owning a radio station I think is hard, in the fact that he had to teach me you can't program for what you like, because what you like as an individual is not the same as what other people like. So you have to program as a whole to what you think a group of people are going to like. So trying to make that decision for other people is really difficult. We did pull R. Kelly because I said, I don't like R. Kelly. I don't want to play R. Kelly. We also don't play Michael Jackson. Like, I do have that power because it's my product that I'm putting out. But as a whole, there's like a lot of songs that I don't like. And I go, well, other people like it, so we have to play it.
Yeah, you sold out. Nice.
Well, and then you get down to like
I'm kidding.
the #1 song right now in like the Billboard hip hop R&B charts is SZA Kill Bill, and just beat out Lil Nas X Old Town Road.
Record-breaking song.
And this song is about murdering your boyfriend because you're no longer with him. And you're like, should we be playing?
Yeah, he's like, why is that song so popular? The lyrics are crazy. And I'm like, because it's pleasant to sing and it sounds nice. Like, I don't know.
But it's the content, you're like, whoa. Looking up the lyrics, you're like, oh my gosh.
This is like a really horrible song, but
it sounds pretty.
Sounds nice.
Dude, you know what's a really horrible song that you never knew was a horrible song till one day you read the lyrics? Is Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones. That song is horrible. Oh my gosh, that song is horrible. Me and Adelaide one time, like we were reading a story about the Rolling Stones pulling the song. And so I was like, dude, read the lyrics. What's so bad about it? And we read the lyrics and I'm like, oh my God, I can't tell you how many times I've been at a baseball game and being like, you should have heard me just around midnight. Woo! But high-fiving your homeboy, Brown Sugar. Then you read the lyrics and you're like, oh my God, it's about rape and child rape. It's like, holy crap. Yeah, dude, it's an awful song when you read the lyrics to it.
I don't notice lyrics until my kids are in the car, because I'll be like, rap into some early 2000s song, and then I'm like, what am I saying with my 5-year-old in the back seat? Or they'll start singing a song, and I'm like, oh, what? Maybe let's change the song to something else.
All right. Well, your kids are coming home, so let's wrap this up. You guys are huge on social.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Thank you so much for giving us this time, you guys. Did you have a good time, Kate? Because Danny says that you're shy. So okay, cool.
I am shy.
All right. So let's wrap this up. But you guys are big on social. So where can we find you?
You like our Facebook. That's our big one.
Yeah, at Danny. We just changed the name to the Danny and Kate Show.
Danny and Kate Show.
We have 72,000 followers on our Facebook page right now.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yep.
Giant. We should have asked if you guys were on OnlyFans.
Yep. And the answer is
he is.
Yes.
99 cents a month.
Yep. If you want to see
No, I'm
my
just
man
kidding.
boobs and my feet, I will send you socks.
The feet pics are a big market.
I had an employee and he just quit. Then that's why I got to go to Hawaii, because he was quitting on the 1st. But he was dating a girl and he didn't know she was selling her pictures of her feet. Isn't that horrible, man? I felt so bad for the guy afterwards. All right, where else can they find you? They can find you, Danny, on TikTok. And where can they find you on the radio? Go ahead. Tell us about
at DJ Danny Hill, at Kate Hill Radio. And then
it's streaming.
Yeah, we're streaming. So if you're in Bakersfield, 98.1, 93.5, 103.7, 1140 AM. If you are in Texas, Corpus Christi, the beach, 96.5.
You're gonna lose track. Just go to rewind.com. Rewind981.com. Rewind981.com. Yep.
Rewind981.com, and we can listen to you live there, or we can listen to your morning show there.
All of it.
We have all of it. We stream it there. We try to put up a podcast, but
yeah.
lazy.
It's a whole other thing. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool,
yeah,
man.
If you weren't in the same market as Adlai, I'd be like, if you need a podcast for your website, well, you're in the same market as Adlai, so unfortunately we don't know you.
And we're professionals. We're professionals. I get it. I
don't understand radio anymore, dude. Like, why do you guys still have this
different.
across the street mentality? It's like it's the old school mentality versus the new school mentality, where it's like, no, we're all digging and clawing at the same time. We're all pushing each other as far as we can. You guys, it's got to be weird for you two, because you're kind of half and half, right? Like, you have to be in the old school mentality of radio, but you're very good at the new school mentality of social media.
I feel like there's enough for everyone.
That's what I think.
If you don't, and if you don't in radio, I think the dinosaurs of radio are going to be very evident in the next few years, because if you're not pivoting to social media, if you're not putting up clips of your radio show as a podcast or on TikTok or wherever, you're going to die. You are going to become the dinosaur and the fossils. You have to be able to pivot and do all of it, or it's not going to last.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all.
Agree.
But I like that you guys are streaming. I almost hit you up, Danny, when I was in Hawaii to ask where you guys were, like what station you were on, but I didn't know what island you were broadcast from. But then I thought, well, I could just find their stream. And then I'm like, well, how am I going to find their stream? And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to have them on the show. I'll just ask them. So that was really dope. So, man, it was super fun having you guys on. Thank you so much for entertaining us. I hope you had as much fun as we did. And for you folks, we're sorry that we're not live, but Danny and Kate are very busy people, folks. So we are just blessed to be able to have them in the first place.
I'm literally about to go babysit my nieces right now. That's what all the noise is.
It's a lot of fun.
Thanks, guys, so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Seriously. All right. And we're out of here. Hey, guys, don't forget to follow us on TikTok, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. We don't have as many followers as these guys. Start catching up. All right. See you guys next time.